Let me say something interesting. One of the easiest way to understand the recent trend of artificial intelligence is to think of Indian wedding reception. Have you been part of planning an Indian wedding reception these days? Maybe yours, your brothers, your sisters, one of your cousins? If so, you will be able to understand the chaos involved in that. You have to book the venue, you have to arrange the food, you have to look forward to have the guests received, and you have to look at the entertainment. So many activities involved over there. Is it possible to arrange everything single-handedly? Impossible, right? And we provide the responsibility to different people and they coordinate, and at the end we could be able to have the magic happens. The reception goes very smoothly. This is what exactly happens in the multi-agent systems. A number of agents work together. They take the responsibility, they coordinate, they communicate, the workflow goes smoothly, and at the end, what exactly AI is supposed to do, and AI could be able to provide that. This concept of multi-agent system is the focus of our today's episode. At the end of the session, you will be able to understand what is a multi-agent AI, how the different agents could be able to coordinate, and the workflow, the communication, how it is possible in modern systems. I am Dr. C.B. Abraham. For many decades, AI worked like this, a giant system which could be able to do many tasks. For example, it worked like a chat GPT. We ask questions, it gives the answers. We ask for summaries, it gives it. We ask for poems, it gives the response the way we want. One model, but many different tasks could be able to be done. When the tasks become much more complex, this type of single model may not be able to take care of all the requirement. Therefore, instead of a single giant AI, we could be able to look something like an Indian wedding reception team. For example, suppose we have different managers taking care of the activities of the wedding. We have the guest manager, venue manager, catering manager, finance manager, and entertainment manager. What is the role of each of them? For example, guest manager, the responsibility is to take care of all the guests, see to it that they are comfortable. And the venue manager takes care of all the activities within the venue. The catering manager takes care of the food, beverages, etc. The finance manager sees to it that everything under the budget, and entertainment manager takes care of the entertainment, music, etc. For now onwards, instead of this manager, we call them as agents. Therefore, what is the responsibility of the guest agent? Takes care of the guests. The responsibility of venue agent is to take care of the venue. Therefore, the interaction, the communication, the workflow between different agents could be able to result in something like a good wedding reception function organized. Here we have the AI wedding agent system. We have the guest agent, venue agent, etc. Number of agents working together in order to make the task so beautiful and seamless. Then what is our task? They have to arrange a wedding reception for 500 people, and the budget is say 5 lakhs. 500 guests and 5 lakhs is the budget. And how this agent could be able to work together? The number of guests is provided to the guest agent, and he sees that information and correspondingly understand that there are 500 guests are involved. This information is passed to the venue agent to look for a decent venue in the locality. Then venue agent sees different options and correspondingly identifies one AC hall, and this information is passed on to the finance agent with the budget of say 5 lakhs rupees for the venue. Also, the venue agent, after identifying the venue, that information is passed to the catering agent to take care of the food and beverages, etc. The catering agent understands that there are 500 guests and correspondingly fixes the menu, and that particular budget is given to the finance agent. and the budget provided by the catering agent is say 1,000 rupees per plate. Therefore, the finance agent receives two budget, one from the venue agent of 5 lakhs and the catering agent another 5 lakhs. Total is 10 lakhs. It is beyond the budget of 5 lakhs. Therefore, he raises this query to this venue agent saying that this is not possible. In the same way, the finance agent flags it with respect to the catering budget and correspondingly says to reduce the cost. And this interaction is happening, and at the end it could be able to come with a solution wherein which they could be able to have everything within the budget of 5 lakhs, and this is sanctioned by the finance agent. This way we could be able to have the interaction, communication, workflow between different agents could be able to be done. Therefore, we have seen that in the system, each of the agent work towards completing the task, where each of the agent has the autonomous power to work within that domain, but they have to interact with the different agents, and correspondingly it could be able to get the solutions faster. We have seen how the different agents could be able to work together, communicate one another, and the workflow issues could be able to be resolved. Now, the question comes whether each of these agents could be able to work according to their whims and fancies. Suppose they work without focusing on others' requirement, and if there is a communication gap, and who will be able to resolve the conflict between them? Look at the weddings, a typical Indian wedding. Maybe we may be having our own mamas who act as coordinators in order to resolve all the issues, to coordinate different activities and different people involved over there so that everything goes smoothly. And this is what exactly we require. And we could be able to look at someone called a wedding coordinator who could be able to coordinate with all the agents, and correspondingly it could be able to make sure that the tasks are completed on time without having any issues. In multi-agent AI systems, such a coordinator is called an orchestrator. Therefore, the function of the orchestrator is to coordinate with the different agents and see that the task is completed on time and the workflow is smooth and the communication is perfect and there are no issues involved over there. Therefore, the orchestrator works as the guiding spirit, just like our mama who sees to that the wedding reception goes very smoothly. Therefore, the orchestrator sees to that the coordination between different agents in the system works so smoothly. Yes, this is the multi-agentic AI system where the agents could be able to work under the supervision of an orchestrator, and correspondingly it could be able to perform the task it is supposed to do. Then you might ask, what is the role of a human being in this? Can we give complete freedom to agents to work? Then if suppose the agentic work involves some risk, can we have a blind trust on such systems? And that is where the human being comes into the loop. Therefore, here we have a human being who sees to that the orchestrator work according to the guidelines, the principles and the task provided by that. If at all there is an issue involved over there, the orchestrator could be able to ask the intervention of the human being and human being could be able to direct accordingly. This concept where the agentic AI systems could be able to work with the supervision or the intervention of the human being is said to be what is called agentic AI systems with a human in the loop. This ensures that the agentic AI systems work smoothly, safely, without involving much risk. Therefore, human being is under control of the working of the agentic systems. It is easy to say that there are different agents within an agentic AI system, they work smoothly, the communication between them is perfect, and if at all there are some issues that could be able to be resolved using Orchestrator. But things are not that smooth. In order to take care of all these activities, there are specific software called orchestration platforms. We just introduced three most popular orchestration platforms, which ensures that the workflow between different agents within an agentic AI system is smooth and the organization of the agents are perfect. The first one is what is called the LangChain. LangChain ensures that the building, observing, evaluating, and deploying all agentic AI systems is smoothly done. It could be able to ensure that irrespective of the number of agents, the workflow, communication, and the constraint satisfaction is ensured. Another one is Crew AI. It could accelerate AI agent adoption and start delivering production value systems. And it could be able to be using similar mechanism as in the case of the LangChain, but much more sophisticated one. Another one is provided by Microsoft called AutoGen. It also could be able to ensure that the agentic flow, communication, and the constraints are satisfied within that. These models, whether it is a LangChain or it is Crew AI or AutoGen, such orchestration platforms ensures that organization of the different agents and the workflow between them are smooth, and the agents could be able to provide the solution what they are supposed to do. For many decades, we have looked at AI as a single entity which could be able to provide brilliance. By now, that concept is gradually changing. Instead of one entity providing brilliance, we have seen that the multi-agent systems which could be able to work together, work as a team, and at the end, it could be able to provide much impactful results. Instead of AI as a source which could be able to provide the intelligence from a single source, we could be able to look at the working together of a number of such entities, and correspondingly the net impact of that outcome will be much more better. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this, kindly like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Until then, truly AI.